Thank you very much for joining me. I'm meteorologist Brian Shields. High alert in parts of Central America, Mexico, as we were this weekend. There was some shaking going around with El Popo, a few tremors prompting, hey, are we in a higher alert? But it was raining ash, so to speak. You can see here, this is at night, and you see again these blips that we're seeing here. This is some of the ash that was falling. Unfortunate scenes, of course, causing all sorts of problems with agriculture, although it could help out some with the soil, but with that causing issues just trying to get out and about. This is El Popo, and again, this is what we were seeing this weekend. Now, the issue was, yes, there's been these eruptions. There's been quite a bit. It's an active volcano. This one is one of the most active in the world, but the last couple weeks, more active. And then this weekend, especially on Saturday, there were some tremors with this. So we were worried that there was going to be a bigger eruption, or maybe one of those Plinian eruptions, one of those kind of historic eruptions. That was not the case. Still at a phase 2 yellow alert. I'll get to that in a second, but because of what we were seeing, again, this volcano, very highly populated area, several villages around, cities around, of course, Mexico City. But Puebla, this was what we were seeing in Puebla, just getting coated in ash, just kind of raining down from the sky this weekend. So here's Mexico City, El Popo right here. And again, it just depends on the winds, and that's what I've been tracking. Of course, if there was a bigger eruption, that would play into the weather potentially across the Caribbean, Gulf of Mexico, up through the United States. With that said, I covered that a few videos ago, but I'm watching this very carefully. A very active volcano, and most of the ash has been diving a bit down toward the south and east away from Mexico City, but that may shift around a little bit over the next couple of days. But here's Puebla, and that's where the ash has been going, just raining down from the sky. So it's been a big cleanup effort. Of course, the biggest and most immediate issue are breathing concerns. Again, millions of people in this area being impacted, and with that, taking precautions with the ash coming down for any breathing issues. Now, right now, we have that traffic kind of a traffic alert situation here, and we're at a phase 2 yellow alert. So you have green where we're good, yellow we've got some problems, red of course some much bigger problems, and an immediate concern, a bigger concern. Phase 2 yellow means, again, watching out for the ash, precautions to stay safe with the ash that is falling. If we get any bigger issues, of course, that could lead to greater evacuations, and that is something I'll be monitoring. Again, there was a lot of rumors this weekend that we jumped into the red alert level. That was not the case. Still a phase 2 yellow alert right now in parts of Central America, right by, again, El Popo, near Mexico City and Puebla. Now, on top of that, early this morning, just after midnight, or around midnight in spots, late last night, early this morning in Puerto Rico, there was an earthquake. This is common to get earthquakes, 3.5, but I did want to point this out because we've had some extra shaking, especially in our southwestern zones of Puerto Rico. I'm keeping an eye on that, not necessarily a sign of a bigger quake, but definitely there's been more activity. And just to the north and northeast of the British Virgin Islands and U.S. Virgin Islands, there's been some additional quakes the last few days. Maybe one of those earthquake clusters developing there. I'll be watching that with you throughout the week. So watching that there, watching over here, front to the north, we get a little system riding up the east coast of the U.S. Another front that's going to drop into the U.S. Historic snow back toward the mountainous regions of western United States, over 12 feet of snow. Think about that. That's crazy. Amounts of snow, higher elevations, winds were gusting over 100 miles per hour, higher elevation snow again. Here's that system riding up the northeast for today. Now, in the Caribbean, I'll dive down. Some of us are going to see a slightly better chance of rain as the week goes on, but here's one front passing by, moving into Florida as we work our way into tomorrow and Wednesday, and this will skirt us by in parts of Cuba and the northern and central Bahamas, but most of the moisture stays to the north. So it's that time of year, the fronts get close, but they stay to the north. We may see some of these fronts help out some of us with some rain, but overall not a lot. And then as we get deeper into the week, we'll watch out for another system kind of taking that same path across the southern United States, but generally staying to the north of the Caribbean. Now, Guyana and Suriname, the rain chance is going to pick up a little bit the next few days. We're starting to get into some seasonal changes where we're going to start to see some more moisture coming in out of the Atlantic and then pulling into our extreme southern zones, Guyana Guyana and Suriname, not a washout, but we are going to see the bump up in the rain chance. Elsewhere, it's going to be spotty. And there, that's tomorrow afternoon. That's the tail end of the front. That'll clip by parts of Florida with an increased chance of rain in Florida, and then eventually over toward the Bahamas. But you can see the rain chance stays very low. Panama, Costa Rica, El Salvador, Guatemala, Nicaragua, not a lot. Jamaica, we're looking at some passing showers, that sort of thing. Haiti, the DR, ABC Islands, still watching out for some of the dust around. This is as we work our way into Wednesday. In Guyana and Suriname, the rain chance picking up. I want to get into the Atlantic region of Canada, get toward Nova Scotia, for example, Newfoundland. Here's the northeast U.S., mid-Atlantic, and New England right here. There's one system riding up, but what we're going to see is another front kind of coming in here. So by the time we get into tomorrow, increased rain, get over toward Prince Edward Island, we'll see a better chance of rain over toward New Brunswick. And you see here, this is Wednesday, higher chance of wet weather, of course, as we get back toward the northeast U.S., but spilling over into the Atlantic region of Canada Wednesday into Thursday. And on the north, and we're going to see some snow north side of this. We're going to see some of that snow wrapping in. I'll keep a very close eye on that. So heads up, especially on Thursday, some of us are going to see some accumulating snow. So that's going to be a high possibility as we work our way into later this week. Now, Jamaica, I mentioned a few passing showers possible. 30% chance for today. Cayman Islands, about a 40% chance with the front to the north, may squeeze out a couple showers. Trinidad, we're looking at about a 20% chance, 30% chance as we get toward Barbados. We are going to see, again, a little more moisture gradually creeping in. St. Lucia, 40% chance the next couple days, 30% chance in Grenada, and holding on to that 20% chance St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Air quality has not been the best with still some of that dust around. Rain chance 20 to 30% in Martinique, 20% chance the next 3 days in Dominica, and about a 20% chance in Guadeloupe. Rain chance stays very minimal. Antigua and Barbuda, rain chance next to nothing. It's going to be very low. St. Kitts, Nevis, and Montserrat, only a 10% chance. 30% chance today, though, in Anguilla. St. Bart's, we may catch a shower. St. Martin, Saba, and Statia, small rain chance. 20% the next couple days in Puerto Rico, monitoring the earthquakes that we've had. Same thing over toward the British and U.S. Virgin Islands. Keeping an eye on that. Dominican Republic, 40% chance of some scattered showers today. Haiti, we're mainly dry. Rain chance stays limited. 30 to 40% chance in the Bahamas. Again, northern Bahamas with that front moving in late tomorrow night, and Wednesday, a better chance of rain. Turks and Caicos, only a 20% chance. A 20% chance in Cuba. The front's getting close, but mainly to the north. Belize and the Yucatan, rain chance 10 to 20%. Small rain chance, lots of sunshine. Aruba, Curacao, and Bonaire, we're going to see a spotty shower too. Some of us had a couple showers around at times this weekend, but the rain chance not too terribly high. Same thing in Bermuda. We're mainly on the dry side. Rain chance 10 to 20% at best. Costa Rica and Panama. We're mainly dry the next 3 days. Guyana, though, you see Wednesday, look at Guyana and Suriname. The rain chance will get higher. So moisture from the Atlantic starting to feed in later this week. So we're going to be tracking that together. Northern Venezuela, rain chance about 20%. So we're tracking the ash on the move with that big and active volcano near Mexico City and Puebla. Keep an eye on that, and if it does play into the weather, if we get a huge plume of ash, I'll be tracking it for you. Fronts moving by to the north, rain chance higher, Guyana and Suriname by the middle of the week, and watching those areas of dust, and of course, monitoring some of those new earthquakes. I'll keep you up to date on that. I hope you are well and have a good rest of your day.